uh, Vrishni and Pandava are
Yeah.
here shown as two different
Different.
ethnic groups,
Yes.
two different tribes.
Yeah.
And in a way, Krishna coming into it is an internecine feud between the Pandavas and Kauravas belong to the same ethnic group, and
True.
they have their internal feud.
Yeah.
And Krishna is an outsider in that sense. He is a Vrishni,
Yeah.
and he comes into this feud, and he makes Arjuna fight his own his own clan,
Hmm.
and in the process, the whole clan is destroyed.
True.
So in a way, it is also linked to the earlier verse where the Vrishnis
Yeah.
were cowherds and they were not fighters,
Hmm.
and they were fearing this invasion from the Kauravas and Pandavas. They were fearing that invasion into the Gangetic plain,
Hmm.
and then Krishna enters this struggle and makes sure that they fight among each other and both are destroyed, and the Yadava kingdom continues,
Yeah.
or the Yadu tribe continues to
Hmm.
hold sway over the Gangetic plain.
Hmm.
That is one other historical thing that has been mentioned by some people.
Hmm.
Coming after Dyutam Chalayata Masmi,
Yeah.
yeah, this has a particular significance.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So there are so many things. Actually, it's true. If you go into detail of every item of every area, it can take you a lifetime.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
so much to read, know,
Right.
state upon, like even the
Right.
Gayatri. There's so much to go into, every area. So we are just going to sail past the verses because we are bound by time.
Dando Damayatam Asmi, Nitirasmi Jigishataam, Maunam Chaivasmi Guhyanam, Jnanam Jnanavatamaham.
Yeah. I am the subduing power of the rulers. I am the righteousness in those who seek to conquer. Jigishtam. Maunam, okay, then of the things to be kept secret, I am the custodian in the form of silence or reticence. And I am the wisdom of the wise. So among the punishers, I am the rod or the scepter. So, so even that is, danda is also important. There are four ways to train people: Sam, Dam, Danda, Bed. Dand is also a very important method or technique to maintain law and order or to maintain. And he says, I am of those who wish to conquer. Niti is the right policy, righteousness, statesmanship, or the wise policy. And then I am mourner. How you can't keep a secret if you talk. So when you look at a person who doesn't talk too much, you kind of have faith in him. And I am the wise. I'm the wise, or I am the wisdom of the wise. So there are some more areas which he's listing now. In the punishment also, it's him. In the silence, it's him. It's not easy to keep a secret. It's not easy to keep mouth. You have to conquer a lot of rajas to keep silent. You have to get into a sattvic state of mind. And even the punishment, how much punishment to give, how much and when, it's very important. You need a mind which is very balanced. Sometimes the punishments can be very harsh for a small kind of an mistake or a crime, error. So, how much to punish, whom to punish, all these are questions which one has to ask. So he says, I am the punishment among the punishers, among those who punish or those who maintain discipline. Sometimes the policemen also who have the permission to punish, can get very harsh and may be irrational and may misuse their powers. So, again, these are things which one has to think about, ponder, go deep into. So, one can discuss into length, but I think we understand, so we can go forward unless there's any
Yeah.
question.
Sorry, just it is, sir, again, building up on what you mentioned, just, 2 persons ago. Actually, a complete personality is one who can employ both the goodness as well as, in quotes, badness as tools. I come to realize that the very fact that in our, जैसे आपने कहा कि हमारे हेरिटेज में स्टोरीज जो हैं, देव जो हैं वीक होते हैं नेचुरली, और दानव जो हैं बाय ब्रूट स्ट्रेंथ. ये भी देखा गया है सर कल्चरली ऑल्सो कि barbarians have so often conquered very refined kind of cultures, क्योंकि वो उनको परवाह ही नहीं थी. They were so content and so blessed in themselves कि they had no wish to kind of oppose or to, whereas barbarians are barbarians, they're invaders. So really a balanced personality is one who is able to employ even the goodness and the badness as tools, and always the focus being how do we keep increasing our awareness. Everything has to be basically utilized for that single one perspective, which is basically Purusha. The how do you make it manifest more and more in our life? And in that sense, heaven and hell, that's why in Christianity and in Islam, heaven is the ultimate destination, and its opposite is hell, so devil and whatever God. But ये हमारे जो culture की I think विशेषता है, and it's absolutely such a different dimension altogether. They say these are relative states, and what you really have to achieve is moksha, which is a state of ananda. Ananda as a term has no, to the best of my knowledge, has कोई विपरीत शब्द नहीं है उसका. सुख का दुख है.
Yeah.
लेकिन ananda is a state in itself. It's a different dimension. So it has so many lessons. I mean, Bhagavad Gita, of course, is absolutely a treasure, jewel, whatever you call it. But within this, as we find, the completeness is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I think it's an excellent guide to the conduct of life for any and every mundane situation also. I keep emphasizing this, but simply because almost every class, this is for everyone on all situations. It is such a outstanding kind of scripture.
True. Okay, so we'll move on to the next verse, sir.
Yeah. Yachapi sarva bhutanam bijan tadaham arjuna na tadasti vina yatsyat maya bhutan characharam.
Yeah, so he says, Arjun, I'm even that which is the seed of all life, for there is no creature moving or unmoving which can exist without me. So, yeah, we'll do the next verse.
Nantos mama divyanam vibhutinam parantapa esha tu uddeshatah prokto vibhuter vistaro maya.
So he says, Arjun, there's no limit to my divine manifestation. This is only a brief description of the extent of my glory. So God is much, much more that we will learn in chapter 11. But this is only a brief description of what he has described. There are so many things which have not been included over here. I'm also that. That is what he means. Everything moving and unmoving am I. Yeah. Next verse. Yeah, sorry.
Yadyad vibhutimat sattvam shrimad urjitameva va tattadeva vagachatvam mama tejamsha sambhavam.
So he says that every such being as is glorious, brilliant, and powerful. Know that to be a part manifestation of my glory. Just a part. God doesn't need much. Just a part of him is enough. Everything which is brilliant, which is energetic, which is vigorous, which is powerful, is all him. Everything needs power, everything needs vigor, everything needs energy. So everything is him. We read the next one.
अथवा बहुनैतेन किं ज्ञातेन तवार्जुन विष्टभ्याहम् इदं कृत्स्नम् एकांशेन स्थितो जगत्.
So he says, what will you gain by knowing all this in detail, Arjun? Suffice it to say that I hold this entire universe by a fraction of my yogic power. So only a small part of his power makes up this entire universe. God is much, much more than that. He's all enveloping, all pervading. Everything is him. Just a small part of him.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that we are ending chapter 10.
ओम तत्सदिति श्रीमद् भगवद गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्म विद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुन संवादे विभूति योगो नाम दशमोऽध्यायः.
So today we are ending chapter 11.
ओम श्री परमात्मने नमः. अर्जुन उवाच मदनुग्रहाय परमं गुह्यम् अध्यात्म संज्ञितं यत् त्वयोक्तं वचस्तेन मोहोऽयं विगतो मम.
So Arjun is now telling him that thanks to the most profound words of spiritual wisdom that spoken out of compassion or kindness for me, this delusion of mine has entirely disappeared. So Arjun has kind of understood that God is all pervading, he's everywhere, he's in all aspects of life. And he is now thanking him that out of compassion for me, you have listed so many things for me, and now my delusion is entirely disappeared. So then, but he had some request. We'll read the next verse.
भवाप्ययौ हि भूतानां श्रुतौ विस्तरशो मया त्वत्तः कमलपत्राक्ष महात्म्यम् अपि चाव्ययम्.
He says, Krishna, I've heard from you in detail an account of the evolution and dissolution of things and also your immortal glory. And he's calling him over here the lotus one, Kamala Patraksha, telling him that I have heard in detail, in Vistara, I have heard everything about it. And we'll read these 2-3 verses.
एवमेतद् यथार्थ त्वं त्वमात्मानं परमेश्वर द्रष्टुमिच्छामि ते रूपम् ऐश्वरं पुरुषोत्तम.
He says, you are precisely what you declare yourself to be. But now I want to see your divine form possessed of wisdom, glory, energy, strength, valor, and effulgence, O Purushottama, Supreme Being. Now here Arjun has a request. He agrees that God is everywhere, in every part, in the so many things which he has listed and not listed. Arjun believes everything. But now he says, I want to see your divine form all at once. I want to see you at once. So it's like how it is explained in the talks on the Gita is that there is this 3-dimensional space and 3-dimensional time. Time like past, present, future, and the 3-dimensional space. And Arjun wants to see everything at once. He wants to see God as all-pervading. He wants to have a vision, this all-pervasiveness. God is in Arjun, God is in Krishna, God is in the Himalaya, God is in A, God is in the poet and Vyas. All these things he believes, but he wants to see everything at one time. He wants to have that experience of seeing God every minute, in everything. And then in the next verse, he says, so will you please read that? Nyase yadi tvat shakyam, tat shakyam. Sir, you're on mute, sir. Sir, you're on mute. So we didn't hear it because you're on mute.
मन्यसे यदि तत् शक्यं मया द्रष्टुमिति प्रभो योगेश्वर ततो मे त्वं दर्शयात्मानम् अव्ययम्.
Yeah. So he says, he calls him Prabhu over here. He says, if you think you can be, that it can be seen by me, then, O Yogeshwar, Lord of Yoga, reveal to me your imperishable form. So now, all humility, Arjun knows that God is all pervasive and he also knows his limitations. So very humbly, he's asking him, and that if you think it is possible by me to see your cosmic form, to see you all pervading, all at once, in your full glory, then please show me your full form, your cosmic form, your imperishable form. So now here is a request made by Arjun to his dear friend. And of course, Krishna is going to show it to him because in the previous chapter, Krishna says, among the Pandavas, I'm Arjun. So Arjun is so dear to him, naturally he's going to comply with his. So now let us see. So any questions still here or any thoughts? So, or we can go on. We go on, sir.
श्री भगवान् उवाच पश्य मे पार्थ रूपाणि शतशोथ सहस्रशः नानाविधानि दिव्यानि नानावर्णाकृतीनि च.
So now here Bhagwan is saying, Arjun, behold my manifold, multifarious divine forms of various colors and shapes in their hundreds and thousands. So now Krishna is showing his form, which is full of various colors, various forms, various shapes. Varna and Akriti is the words used. And he says, see this. Then he's listing out some more things. See in me. So we'll read the next verse, sir.
पश्यादित्यान्व सुप्तान् sorry
Pasu.
पश्यादित्यान् वसून् रुद्रान् अश्विनौ मरुतस्तथा बहून्यद्रष्टपूर्वाणि पश्याश्चर्याणि भारत.
Yeah. So he's saying, behold in me. Whom should he behold? The 12 sons of Aditi, the Vasus, the Rudras, the Ashwini Kumars, the Maruts, and many more wonderful forms which you have never seen before. So he says, Adrushta Purvani, which you have not seen before. See all those things in me today. I'm showing you everything. And then he's listing all the various beings. Now we know of human beings. Now these 12 sons of Aditi, the Vasus, they all came in the previous chapter. The Rudras, the Ashwini Kumars, which are physicians. Aditi is the sons of Aditi. One of them is Vishnu. And Aditya is also, the sun is also called Aditya. The Vasus are there. The Vasus are the elements and the the sun and the moon together. They make the Vasus. And the Rudras, which are the gods of the atmosphere, which control the wind, the air, the sun, the storms, the hurricanes, the cyclones. And he says, see all this in me. I am all of that. All that is in me, and see many more wonderful things which you have never seen before. Shall we read one more? Sir, you're on mute, sir.
इहैकस्थं जगत्कृत्स्नं पश्याद्य सचराचरम् मम देहे गुडाकेश यच्चान्यद् द्रष्टुमिच्छसि.
So now he says, Iha ekastham. In one place, in myself, you see everything, this entire creation consisting of both the moving and the unmoving. And whatever else you wish to see. So he's kind of telling him, what would one wish to see if one has to see everything at one time? I think one would want to see one's future. So in a way, after some verses, he is going to show him the end of the war also. So he's telling us, whatever else you wish to see, you can see in this form of mind. You can see the past, the present, the future. You can see the three-dimensional space, the earth, the heavens, below the earth, everything. You can see all at one time. But then again, he says in the next verse,
न तु मां शक्यसे द्रष्टुम् अनेनैव स्वचक्षुषा दिव्यं ददामि ते चक्षुः पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम्.
but surely you cannot see me with these physical eyes. Therefore, I vouchsafe to you the divine. With this, you behold my divine power of yoga. We can't see the form of the Lord with our own eyes. We have to be capable of that, right? So you need divine eyes, you need the grace of God to see Him everywhere. How much ever effort a human being may put in, or any other being may put in, it's finally the grace of God. In the earlier verses also, very often he's used the Dadami Aham, I will give you the divine eyes, I will give you the intelligence, buddhi, and the wisdom. So it's basically with His grace can you see His all-pervading form. And now he's telling Arjun that you can't see me with physical eyes of yours. So I have to give you the divine. Now it is said that during the last kind of a visit, which truce calling, which this Krishna was a messenger. He goes to the Kauravas and then he says that call truce and don't fight the war. So Duryodhan orders Krishna to be captivated. And Krishna shows this kind of a Virat Swarup. But nothing, it doesn't have an effect on Duryodhan. Duryodhan, of course, is not able to hold Krishna captive. Krishna goes away. And at that point of time, Duryodhan says, I will not give the Pandavas even land which covers the point of a needle. And he kind of insults Krishna and throws him away and orders his guards to tie up Krishna and to hold him captive. But he's not able to. But at that time, Krishna, gets into this Virat Swarup. But Duryodhan is not able to understand or even see. So here Krishna is saying that you cannot see me with your physical eyes, and I will give you the divine eyes so that you can see me.
So, see, this is divine eyes. I feel, represents an elevated state of consciousness.
Yeah, of course.
Right? And maybe temporarily, like we hear, like Madhav Das ji, when he encountered founder for the first time, he placed his hands, or which is such encounters are known amongst other Guru Shishyas also. They say it's like a waterfall, a whole. It's like kind of some flow of energy, passing through. So, so I think it's just that for a temporary period of time, consciousness is elevated of the person, and I think one is not able to sustain it within this body. So it can happen only for a certain period of time, and you have to come back to where you are. Otherwise, body will kind of
True.
hold in nahi kar paegi.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Vinoba also says that pure sattva is not possible in the physical body. It will shatter the body.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yes. So shall we do the next verse, sir? I think Sabir Bhai has sent a message. Jay Kumarji, would you know? Jay Kumarji
Let me check. I'll check.
report replied also.
He's hello.
What is the message?
Extremely sorry to inform all you that I lost my brother-in-law. He said he's lost his brother-in-law. He was not keeping well for quite some time, so he won't be able to attend today's session.
Oh, so he will. Yeah, so we'll not have Archok class.
Yes.
Fine. No problem.
Okay.
Sanjaya Uvacha.
Yeah.
एवमुक्त्वा ततो राजन् महायोगेश्वरो हरिः दर्शयामास पार्थाय परमं रूपमैश्वरम्.
So at this point, Sanjay enters the picture, and Sanjay tells Dhritarashtra, "My lord, having spoken thus, Shri Krishna, the supreme master of yoga, Hari, forthwith revealed to Arjun his supremely glorious divine form." So now there's a break over here. Sanjay is telling the blind old king Dhritarashtra that Krishna is Hari, Krishna is the Yogeshwar. And definitely the war is going to be won by the Pandavas because Krishna is on their side. It's kind of a, a silent kind of a message, an unspoken hint to Dhritarashtra. And he's showing his supremely glorious divine form. And Sanjay is going to elaborate in the next few.
अनेक वक्त्र नयनम् अनेकाद्भुत दर्शनम् अनेक दिव्याभरणम् दिव्यानेकोद्यतायुधम् दिव्यमाल्याम्बरधरम् दिव्यगन्धानुलेपनम् सर्वाश्चर्यमयं देवम् अनन्तं विश्वतोमुखम्.
So he's telling Dhritarashtra that Arjun saw the supreme deity possessing many mouths and presenting many a wonderful sight, decked with many different ornaments, wielding many uplifted divine weapons, wearing divine garlands and vestments, anointed all over with divine fragrances, full of all wonders, infinite, having faces on all sides. So now this roop which he's showing, it is like, I mean, naturally a human eye can't even visualize it. So many mouths, so many eyes, wearing so many divine ornaments, and wielding so many uplifted divine weapons, wearing divine garlands, vestments or garments, robes, anointed all over with divine fragrances, full of wonders. All senses are there, having faces on all sides. So in this chapter, Vinoba writes that we shouldn't even use our intellect to analyze this divine form. One should only read these verses and just read and bow down in reverence to the Lord. Because you can't, with your mind, analyze like how you can't even imagine. It's beyond imagination. Because in the next verse, he says that, okay, I think we'll read it and then we'll.
दिवि सूर्य सहस्रस्य भवेद् युगपदुत्थिता यदि भास सदृशी सा स्याद् भासस्तस्य महात्मनः.
He says, if there be effulgence of 1,000 suns bursting forth all at once in the sky, even that would hardly be like the splendor of the mighty Lord. Sanjay is telling the king, Dhritarashtra, that if 1,000 suns were to burst forth in the sky all at once, we cannot look at the afternoon sun at one sun which is there in the earth. We can't look at that one sun, but now he's mentioning 1,000 suns, 1,000. He said even that would hardly be like the splendor of the mighty Lord. So naturally you need divine eyes, divine perception, because with an ordinary human you can't visualize or even fathom how this kind of a form looks.
But my question, Ashaji, is how is it that Sanjay knows what Arjuna saw?
Because Sanjay could see what had been gifted the divine eye, and he could see everything which was going on, and if he could hear that Bhagavad Gita,
No,
because
he
Sanjay,
could hear the Bhagavad Gita, but what this vision is seen with a Divya Chakshu, and
yeah,
Sanjay doesn't have the Divya Chakshu.
Sanjay has been given the Divya Chakshu to see the battlefield from where he was sitting. And of course, possibly he's been given this also because Vyas has written this. So it's obvious that Sanjay was given the divine eye to see it.
Sir, if we look at, again, Divya Roop as an elevated state of consciousness, so for that limited period of time, like Arjuna had been given the Divya Chakshu for whatever small period just to see the form of the Lord, we can look at Sanjay having had that same elevated state for the entire period of the narration of the Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, but here it's not mentioned. Krishna has not pointedly mentioned, like he's telling Arjuna, I'm giving you the divine eye. There is no such, sir is right, there is no such mention, obvious mention that Sanjay has been given the divine eye, except at the beginning of the war, where Vyas says, Dhritarashtra gets the boon that Sanjay will narrate to you everything that goes on the battlefield. So this is on the battlefield. It's a part of the battlefield. And since he's able to hear, he's also maybe given the divine vision to see.
Absolutely.
He's able to see the war, right? He's narrating in the chapter 1, he's narrating that so-and-so is blowing this conch and so-and-so is... Duryodhan goes to Bhishma and Drona, and this is what happens. Everything he's able to see also. So he's able to see this vision also and describing it to Dhritarashtra. So we take it as that.
At Ashaji,
yes.
At some point of time, I remember when the serial of Mahabharat was being shown on the television. In the last, Vyasa goes to the king, the blind king, and he also advises him to not to go for the war.
Yes.
And subsequently he says, I give you the Divya Chakshu to see the consequences of the war.
Yeah.
Now this is the instance that was shown on the television.
Yeah.
Then ultimately the king said, the Dhritarashtra says, I do not want to see. Kindly give this Divya Drishti to Sanjaya, who will narrate me. He did not want to see directly, but he requested Vyasa. So it is the Divya Drishti was given by Vyasa to Sanjaya. To see the entire thing. He was having a permanent Divya Drishti Sanjaya. Sanjaya, it is said that Sanjaya, Vyasa, they were having the Divya Drishti to see the everything, whatever was going on. It was not the Krishna, but rather the Veda Vyasa. So that's how Sanjay was having. He was able to see everything what is.
Correct. Yes, sir.
And so he narrated to them.
Yeah. Yes, true.
So it must be mentioned, must be somewhere.
It's not mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, but it is mentioned in Mahabharata before the beginning of the war.
Yeah, somewhere it was mentioned,
Yeah. So he was
also sorry.
Mahendraji's voice is not very clear to me. Whereas Ashaji's and Sunilji's voice is very clear. I can hear very clearly, but somehow I could not hear Mahendraji. But it's okay. It's okay.
To repeat.
No, please. That's what I think said is very important.
So, also in this chapter itself, we will come across verses where the end of the war is shown to Arjun.
Yes.
So, Duryodhan has been mentioned, Duryodhan, and Sutputra is mentioned. The word Sutputra comes in this chapter. Duryodhan, Bhishma, Sutputra. There is one verse which says that they all are entering into me, as in they all are going to be dying at the end of the war.
So this also brings to my mind again, one, Lord Krishna has been described as a Purna Avatar, right? So he, encompasses both the kind of the good and the not so good side of existence. Second, even in his divine this thing, roop, I think what, as you're saying, आगे भी जो आएगा, the so-called, all the facets of existence, including death, are also shown. In his conduct also, of course, he could be the charmer of the gopis, as lovely as that. And of course, he could also wield the Sudarshan Chakra. So that Krishna himself combines both the polarities of existence. I think that's the beauty of him. And which is why amongst all the, so to say, in quotes personalities और जो व्यक्तित्व अपने भारत के इतिहास में रहे हैं, none more than Krishna has influenced the psyche of the people of the country. It is that पूर्णता, उनके व्यक्तित्व में, उनके रूप में, उनके conduct में, उनके कहने में, harmonizing all the entire spectrum of existence. I think that's the beauty of the Lord.
Yeah. Okay, so shall we go on? We have 3-4 minutes.
Yeah. Tatraikastan jagat kritsnam pravibhaktam anekatah apashyad deva devasya sharire pandavastada.
Yeah. So concentrated at one place in the person of that supreme deity, Arjun then beheld the whole universe with its manifold divisions. We'll read one more also, sir.
Tatassa vismayavishto Rishta Roma Dhananjaya Pranamya Shirasa Devam Kritanjalirabhashata.
Then Arjun, full of wonder and with the hair standing on end, reverentially bowed his head to the divine Lord and with folded hands addressed him thus. So this form which Arjun saw was so wonderful that his hair was standing on the end. Rishta Roma. Roma is the hair. So he says that this was like something which is too beautiful and too wonderful, which is unimaginably great, that made Arjun bow down to the Lord because it was so wonderful and so magnanimous. So we are almost at the end of the class. Shall we wind up here or shall we go on?
I think we can wind up.
Yeah.
So.